nothing like living a simple life. Something out those aches and pains from working on the farm.
Hey guys, it's Eric, owner of Farpoint Farms here in the mountains, North Carolina. Today, a leaf blower review. It's that time of year. Now you might ask yourself, what's a dude with 6 acres doing with a 18-volt cordless leaf blower? But I'll tell you what, this thing actually does some really cool stuff here on the farm. Now, if you expect to blow off an acre yard with something like this, you're going to be disappointed. But for smaller stuff, if I have a postage stamp, and I'm not trying to insult anyone with that, but a lot of subdivisions have very small lots, may have one small tree growing in it. This would actually work really well in it. This is the model number P2102. There have been a lot of updates over the years, but functionally, they're almost identical. So this, even though it's an older unit, I bought this one reconditioned. The new models, as long as they're still 18-volt models, are going to produce roughly the same amount of airflow and roughly the same amount of runtime. So what this will do really well is blow off driveways, blow off sidewalks, blow off porches, things like that. And you can do some actual leaf blowing. I'm going to take it outside and show you. I've got a pretty significant pile of leaves, and you'll see that it's slow, but you can do work with it. So as long as you understand the limitations of a unit like this, this one has got to be this has got to be 9 or 10 years old now. And I got this on a set with a weed whacker, and I'll probably do the weed whacker one in the spring. And that one's even more impressive, this little electric cordless 18-volt weed whacker that actually does a really good job of cutting down weeds. But back to this, let's go outside, let's fire this thing up, and let's blow some leaves so I can show you what it's like. It's a short video, but I wanted to show this off to people who are maybe considering buying it. If you have Ryobi 1 Plus products already, it's kind of a no-brainer to continue to buy stuff for it. And with recent changes, especially out in California, where they're no longer going to allow small engines to be sold after the end of this year, electric is the future. Oh, so like I was saying, for blowing leaves off of driveways, this thing is perfect. And I'll show you, we've got some leaves that have come off this tree over here, and I'm just going to push them back into the grass so we can mulch those in. Let's do it. So as you can see, it struggles a little bit in tall grass or when the leaves are a little bit wet. Over on this side, I have some heavy leaves that are wet and damp, and you'll see that this does struggle for that. But another 2 advantages that I'm thinking of while I'm using this are it's really lightweight. I mean, it's so if you're an elderly person or maybe just don't have a lot of upper body strength, something like this weighs a fraction of what even an electric plug-in weed or blower is gonna run, and definitely a lot lighter than a gas-powered unit. The other big advantage is hearing. I'm pretty deaf as it is, but this thing here is very quiet. It has nowhere near the amount of noise that a gas unit would make. So 2 more advantages for you on this little guy. Let's go take it over to those ugly-looking leaves over there in the shade that might still have some ice and frozen stuff stuck to them, and we'll see if this thing can compete at all with that. Right, 2 things I find interesting about that is that first, this uncovered a beer can over here. Neither my wife or I drink, so that's kind of interesting that some critter probably carried that up here in the middle of the night and was making a nest out of these leaves. So the second thing you can see is it does move them, but you better have a whole lot of free time on your hands, because with all that dampness, you're only moving it a few inches at a time. Still though, if you were unable to use a rake because of a physical condition, you could get the job done with something like this. It would just take a considerable amount of longer time. Anyway, I guess that'll do it for today. It's kind of a short video, but I wanted to touch base and show this thing off. I've had it for years. In fact, you can even see the stamp in there, reconditioned. And it's actually come in really helpful for certain things. Also really great for cleaning out the garage. You get dirt and dust and debris in there. Instead of sweeping it, you just blow it out with a mask on and you're good to go. I will see you all next time. Take care.